Oh, man, we need to do this more often, y'all. We need to do this more often. So every now and then, we like to dig back in the archives to see the preposterous statements and predictions that are made by these televangelists and false prophets and con men. So here we have on the James Baker Show, a guy by the name of Charlie Champ made a prediction. This is back in February of 2023. He's talking about DeSantis here. I want you to soak this all in, and then let's compare it to the reality of what actually happened.
We need to watch Ron DeSantis because the Lord is going to use him in a powerful way. I had several years ago a vision that I went into where I saw 2 palm trees, and I saw one of them was planted in California, the other one in Florida. And I said, Lord, what is this, these 2 palm trees? He said, this palm tree from California is Ronald Reagan. This palm tree that is in Florida is Ron DeSantis. He said, Ron DeSantis, or Ronald DeSantis, is the second, has an anointing similar to Ronald Reagan. And I saw Ron DeSantis as a tree of righteousness, that palm tree. And I saw it uprooted from Florida and brought to Washington, D.C. and planted in Washington, D.C. And as the storms came, he was not moved.
That's right.
There's something about Ron DeSantis that we need to begin to pray for. We need to begin to look at, because his ultimate future is to have a position in the United States as the president and be planted in Washington, D.C. And he would be like a Ronald Reagan.
Yes.
Oh, my God. God spoke to me and prophesied that this guy, Ron DeSantis, will be president. Oops. That didn't work out too well, did it? Did God prophesize that he would be humiliated by Trump, who would call him Meatball Ron and Pudding Fingers and Ron DeSanctus and Ron DeSanctimonious? Did he have that down there? Did he have down there that he would get 21 points in Iowa, which is 30 points below Trump? Did they have that? Did they have, in the prophecy, did they have it written down that he would bend the knee to Trump after Trump repeatedly humiliated himself? So Ron DeSantis has now morphed into the second coming of Ted Cruz, where Ted Cruz and his wife got humiliated by Trump, and he still bent the knee and made a face as he was phone banking for Trump. Please vote for Trump, me. I'm Ted Cruz, me. Oh, man, this is embarrassing. I love this, though, because, again, nobody ever takes, like, hey, remember when you guys said this? And then it doesn't happen. You know, there was, we covered it back in the day, but Pat Robertson, who was the big televangelist at the time, he said, oh, God told me Mitt Romney's going to be president. God told me Mitt Romney's going to win this 2012 election in a landslide. And then when he didn't, were there any consequences for the charlatans who said, no, God told me this was what was going to happen? No, there's never any consequences. And by the way, why the fuck would you ever trust a man with that hair? Look at that hair, bro. You're going to trust a man with that hair? You're going to trust a man with that hair. That man should be selling you broken vacuum cleaners. That's what he should be doing. Instead, he's saying, God told me Ron DeSantis is going to be president in a prophecy that involved trees. Bitch, what? Bitch, what? By the way, this James Baker guy, the guy whose show this is, this guy, I believe he went to prison for like some sort of financial fraud. And you see this bucket here? He sells buckets of food that's supposed to like last through the apocalypse. It's supposed to be like apocalypse-proof, Armageddon-proof food that like if you store it, then, you know, don't worry, you'll be good. Because even if the apocalypse hits, you got enough food and it's going to last you forever. Oh my God, these guys, man. These guys. Charlie Champ. That's the name of the con man. Charlie Champ. Ron DeSantis is going to win. God told me. Turns out your God is wrong, son. Either that or you're just making it up as you go along. And I think we all know which is the answer. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.